Yeah.
No idea.
Woohoo!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this on so I actually can hear me. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Play or Pass. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to go through and do a review on this movie, My Son. Andrew, thank you for hanging with us today.
No problem.
Look at their audio. Look at his audio, video looking good. He's on point.
Yeah.
Alban, thank you for hanging with us, coming in here.
Thanks for that intro. That was great.
That was good. Good.
That was a really good one.
It didn't make you feel like I was getting ready to watch a big movie.
Yeah.
What was
I was getting excited. I don't know. We needed Blue here because she'll explain it.
Yeah.
Because well, who are the characters? Because I was thinking it was some. Was
Um,
that Hitchhiker's Guide?
I don't even know. Could have been.
ooh,
I don't
think it
know.
was.
We gotta.
Was it Hitchhiker? I don't know.
maybe.
I don't know. Well,
We'll
thanks to
know
the
in a
beach
couple
for
minutes after the beach tells us.
Passengers.
Okay.
Passengers. That was a great movie too. I don't know if anybody's.
Okay,
if you
so-
guys.
I think so.
It's the one where
That's
they
not the
wakes
robot
up.
bloody-
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who Arthur the character is. Is it the bloody barman that's a robot?
Oh, that guy was classic. Yeah, that was but that was the movie, yeah, where he wakes up halfway through and has to him and then he wakes up
And he wakes Sarah up.
yeah, because she looks so good and he don't want to be alone.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were the android
thought so.
bartender. Yeah, the old bartender. Yeah,
That's
that was a great movie though.
Yeah.
Great movie. That was a. If you've not seen it, now there's some parts where how did those plants grow on the ship, and it like wouldn't it fuck up the wires? But we're not going to go into all that
Mhm.
into the movie. But it's a great movie, so you guys should watch it. So hopefully you guys have seen it. We'll run through because Alban gets upset if I don't say hi to all the people that are in our side chat.
That's right. They make it here. You know.
Yeah, they make it here. They make it here, and it's not always easy to make the show.
This is that's three. You know, they're real important to me.
Yes, you're exactly right. So you got Todd Cummings. Thank you for coming and hanging out with Todd. Da Beach. Got Eddie hanging with us. Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. Always here. Patty's always here. Thank you for joining us, my dear. Shrinking Sharon. She is always a mainstay with us, so thank you.
Mhm.
Skulls has come to join us. Good to see you,
Oh.
Skulls. Maybe he's watched the movie and he can jump in there and join us at the end of the when we open up the panel. Roger, always. I can't wait to hear Roger's twist and take on this particular movie. Jim, thank you for hanging out, Miss Gloria White. Always another regular watching us all the time. Thank you, my dear, for hanging out with us. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Nookie. Oh, I missed Canuck Gal up here at the top. Hey, my dear. Thank you for joining us. All right, so I think I got everybody. So we've done our roll call. Thanks for everybody joining us. Jim, I think it's Jim, but
You
if
said
not,
you say Roger.
okay. I did say Roger. I think so.
Okay.
I got everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I
do
like
the
the
romper
familiar
room.
names.
You know me.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm still in jail. So.
Are you still
I
in
can't-
jail? Still
Oh
in YouTube
yeah,
jail?
I'm still in jail. Well, you saw that message there I put out, right?
Mhm.
About on Telegram about
Google
that
thing.
other black guy in Google jail.
No.
Yeah, you'll have to take a look at it
Yeah, I'll have to
later.
look at that. Don't let Charles know about that. All right, so that's what I've been trying to tell you, Todd. You're not paying attention. So that hey, for another show, or after show, we could do that in the after show. So thanks for everyone joining us. So if you've never watched the show before, what we do is we review one movie that was picked by the viewers last week of what we had to watch. It got the most votes, and that's what we had to watch for the week. And you have your opportunity now in the Telegram chat to vote on this movie that we had to watch this week, as well as vote for next week's movie. Because before the end of the show, we're going to have next week's movie to pick or to have to watch. So, yeah. Oh, Jim said he likes that. Yeah, this is one of my mugs from my favorite brewery. This is a new beer. It's a lager that I'm
Oh,
trying. Rewind is up from the microbreweries around here. Bird Song, not bad. A little bit more hoppy with a little bit more floral flavors than I care for, but not
Bit
too
gassy or
IPA-ish. Say again.
gassy or little bit gassy tasting or
It's got that floral where the hoppies, you know how to me I call it floral taste, like the hops. You know how it has that little flowery taste from the hops, but not overwhelming, not real bitter either. So it's not super bitter on the back end. My hummingbird red oak is still number one, but I saw a thing about this and I thought I'll give it a try. Love the microbreweries; it's fun stuff. So thanks for everyone joining. So that is how we do the show. So let me go ahead and share. Any of you guys got anything to say before I start
I,
throwing
I,
in
I
stuff?
just want to apologize to everyone about this week for how the movie showed up, but I was trying to do it in a way where we weren't getting 8 million messages. But I think we're gonna need to go back to the old way, where you could you know yeah, discuss each movie properly. Um, but I'm trying to come up with something else. So
Yeah. Well,
be
you
aware
what
because I'm putting everything in a database now to try to
well
make
we
things easier on me.
you can always just create a don't have uh, a sub room,
Uh-huh.
make it a room on its own for the
Okay.
voting and stuff. Maybe I mean
Right.
it
Okay.
won't link automatically in if you
Right.
know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
So
could. Yeah, I could unlink it, and then,
yeah,
but everyone would once you hit the room, you have to join the room. We could do
yes,
that. That we
but
could do something like that.
yeah, but to be
Just
honest, I mean, how
uh huh.
many people are actually part of the
Yeah.
show's room?
Uh huh.
And then those
Well, I'm
same people are
thinking
going to be
big.
very likely.
I'm thinking
I
big.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see reality, and the people that join our room are the people that join, and if the people that want to vote are going to join that room, they're going to be
Hmm.
in both rooms. So
Yeah.
we will talk about that.
Yeah.
So what we got here? Hold on a minute. I'm getting feedback from Alvin.
Oh, are you?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Turn yours down just a little bit on your headset. I don't know what it does. Sometimes I hear myself.
Okay. How about now?
There. I don't hear myself. Yep. I don't hear
Okay.
myself like I did anymore.
All right.
Um, so this is the movie for the week. This is the movie that we have to do now. Let's take a glance at next week's picks so that you can vote for those. Candyman, rated R, scary flick horror movie. You know the story. You got to look in the mirror and say Candyman 150 times, and then he's going to come kill you.
5 times.
Yeah, I don't know the myth of it, but yeah,
It,
it's
it, it,
make it.
and the funny thing is, I've never watched the other Candyman movies,
Hmm.
but I gotta say I really like this one. You know,
Yeah,
I,
I mean,
I'm gonna go back and watch the
maybe
others
because you
so
now.
I
haven't
just
watched
get
the other one.
all right. So not to be on a racist side, kind of it, but
Hmm.
do you guys remember? Was this kind of like the black version of Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary? Remember when I was a kid, you had to do a mirror, turn off the light, and you would look in a
Oh,
mirror and say
okay.
Bloody Mary, and then you would see her. So I'm like, wait a minute,
No,
is this like the hood
no.
version of it? You know,
I guess so.
it's like I don't know no
Well,
damn Marys.
when I was a kid, when I was a kid, it was always Candyman,
Oh, okay.
Candyman,
Okay.
Candyman, Candyman, Candyman.
All
Well,
right. So
that's because you're young.
You know, nothing's gonna ever turn out good when you start off the saying not to be racist. As soon as you said that, I was thinking, oh God,
here we go.
YouTube's
Here we go.
watching.
All right. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And
God! Thank you for
so,
coming, Blue.
hey, my dear. We're gonna go. We're just kind
Oh,
of
hello,
glancing through the
stranger.
movies for the movies. 12 Mighty Orphans, which is a based on a true story of a football team, or basically it's a bunch of orphans that what's it, Luke Wilson goes
Yeah.
and he has to be their coach,
Hmm.
and he turns them into actually being a real football team, and they have to actually play good football teams.
Hmm.
Feel good movie of a sorts, I would
Yeah.
think. Says
Very good.
set in the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So
1930s, like 35. before the war.
Yep. So definitely a movie to check out. 12 Mighty Orphans. Next, one of the other options for next week's movie is Cry Macho. Clint Eastwood yet again playing a crusty old man. He's got to be where he's playing crusty old man every movie. Maybe because he is a crusty old man. Got to go to Mexico to get a kid and bring him back to the U.S. I feel like hasn't he done this role a couple, 3 or 4 times?
A lot of times, yeah, because like that Camino one there,
yeah,
he did that, you know, and that other.
I mean, that was such a good movie, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this isn't that bad. I really did enjoy the movie. It's a hard choice for everyone this week.
There's a lot. There's quite a few good movies.
Yeah, there are.
So that's one of the options for next week. So
I like him. I was going to say, I like Clint Eastwood as a director, but I think he should stop putting himself in his own movies now.
Yeah, you know what?
Is it double payday?
No, I don't even think it's a thing of payday for him. I think it's a thing of his love for acting.
Passion.
Yeah, he
just
you know, and he wants to teach. He likes to teach, you know, these younger kids and let them say, you know, oh well, okay, you know, this is how you do this. This is how you get that emotion. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's teaching these kids something.
So, Cry Macho. Another option for next week's pick is Free Guy, which we've seen. Ryan Reynolds. We've seen the trailer for this. Taiki. How do I say it, honey? Tataki. I think it's how I say it.
Taika Waititi.
There we go. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I call him.
That's what he said.
Him and I are tight, so I call him TW. I call him TW because we're tight like that. So TW again in this movie. You know, we've seen the trailers for it. So basically, based in a video game where one of the NPC characters gets a conscience, so self-aware. So that's what one of the options. Naked Singletary. Drama film. I'm trying to remember what this one. This wasn't.
He was a lawyer, and and then it was like a bank. It was one of those that was you know, going a while on the list, and I said, at least let me just put it up. That at least it's up there, so if someone hasn't seen it, they could watch it. You know, it was a neat story. You know,
4.5.
Yeah, well, you know,
I know. I'm just.
But John Boyega there, he did a good job. I you know, I really liked him in this.
Okay. All right. So that is one of the other options for next week's. And then we have another horror movie, Old, where you go to an island and a few hours is years upon your life, and you basically young people become old, and a horror drama mystery. Why are they getting old? So that's been at the theaters since July. So people have been waiting for this to be released. And so what's that? M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah,
he does this. Yeah, so he did it. So.
Imagine you were already like 90 or something, and you landed on that beach.
Oh yeah, you would.
Well, there was an old lady there.
Yeah, she didn't last long. So we got Prisoners of the Ghostland, and I'm just going to say one name.
Yeah, you could say it.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, so
I have to admit, he lived up to everything that you always say about him in this movie. Oh my God!
He's the new Steven Seagal. He's in everything.
Yeah.
But he has no range.
None.
I mean,
especially in this one.
Yeah,
you know,
he just looks like the same role
in every movie.
I know it's not gonna win tonight. So all I gotta say is, at least you get to see him get his balls blown off. Okay, so the acting ability of Nicolas Cage in this one, you have you know, oh my gosh.
I just want to say, does he act after his balls are blown off? He's acting still?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. You I'm not going to even tell you to go watch it. But if you do want to see, Nick Cage get different parts of his body blown to bits, then watch it.
I'm gonna give him a pass for all these movies because he did he did Face Off, and he did Snake Eyes, and I love all three of those movies. And he was good.
And he did Pig.
I mean, pass all the crap that he's putting out.
And Pig, yeah.
Don't forget Pig. And then Vacation Friends. That's the other one. It's a Hulu film. John Cena, Little Rel in this comedy. If you watch the trailer on this, the trailer looks off the chain. I mean,
yeah. It was funny.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, okay, all right. This is, I mean, definitely slapstick comedy. You're definitely. It seems to be an uncomfortable comedy to me. It looks like
it's not uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, funny. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna push the edge and envelope. Just about watching the trailer.
I don't think that they pushed anything too far.
Okay, all right. Well, so those are our options.
I think they'd still get into YouTube on it. Not like me.
Not like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's John Cena. So, so we got We got Vacation Friends, Prisoners of Ghostland, Old, Naked Singletary, Free Guy, Cry Macho, 12 Mighty Orphans, and Candyman. So before the show, get on Telegram, vote for it so that we know which one of those we have to watch for next week. So let's go ahead, and what we do here is the four of us will do just a simple banter back and forth of the particular movie, which is My Son. We'll talk about it, thoughts, and then once we get done, we will throw the table or the door open for you guys to jump in, but feel free to post your comments and your thoughts along the way, and I will do my best to grab those and to toss them over here into the show. So you guys, how do you guys want to start with this? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, let me start by saying this movie, I liked it the first time I watched it.
Okay.
And then today I said, okay, we got the show. Oh yeah, it's on the My Show now. And I know I liked the movie, but I couldn't remember a thing that happened. So I had to rewatch it. So I'm starting to rewatch it, and I'm still not remembering anything. But then all of a sudden it hit me. Oh, yeah. Now I remember this. Yeah, it was good. And I liked it again the second time. Why? I can't even explain why. Because, watching it the second time, I saw little holes that I didn't like, but I still liked the movie. I don't know if it's because of the premise of, man is going to do anything for his child. Someone takes your child, it's like, you're going to take anybody out, The cinematography in this, I really enjoyed. I thought that, these
rained a lot.
Yeah, it rained a lot, but it was just like, the way you could see that fog rolling in, or you can, it like these hills, these vast, I don't live in that like
live in a
like
city.
you guys, right? You know what I mean? And anytime I get to see that, it's like, oh, that's just so nice. I couldn't understand. Oh, were you?
I was sitting there talking. I didn't even realize.
You're like ignoring him.
So,
Andrew, jump in there. I mean, because you were muted. We weren't hearing you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying, to myself because no one else could hear us. I agree with what Auburn was saying there. I like the cinematography, and actually for like the first portion of the movie, like for like the first, I'd say probably up until the last like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. I was enjoying it. I liked the way I liked the story, and I actually liked James McAvoy's acting. I thought he's doing a great job of portraying like a parent of a child that's been kidnapped. Like I was like, he was playing a father like I would do if it wasn't one of my children, because I've seen
he wouldn't have he didn't cuss as much as I would have cussed.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like he didn't cuss that much.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, he did when he found out the guy.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
He just like was like all his thought was just like you getting his son back, and even like the parts like it showed like the scene when he's with his ex-wife's partner, and the partner's trying to like just have casual conversation and talking about the new building stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, because all he cares about
Yeah.
is finding his son. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that would be the only thing on my mind as well.
Right.
Even when he said his wife was up having a nap, I couldn't even do that. I would just be constantly trying to find out where my son was, and that's what he did, and that's what he portrayed. Like, and that's why I liked his character, and that's why I liked his acting in this one, because there's movies in the past. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say there's similar movies where they kind of like switch to like where the parents are just like acting normal, like talking about stuff that doesn't involve like where's my child. By the way, it's like he was just like constantly, and then like that's what I was thinking of myself as well. I was literally sitting there thinking to myself, what the like when he's sitting with the guy and the guy's telling them about it, the guy just kept going on about his wife. And he never even mentioned the son's name. And then he was like, started showing them the plans for the room and that. And I was thinking to myself, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, why are you not thinking of where this child is and who's got him and stuff? And it was so funny because I was literally thinking that. And James McAvoy's character just goes, "Are you fucking serious?" I was saying exactly. Are you serious? You're talking about some new house you want to get and what you're going to do with the rooms, and if this child's missing. So that's why I liked his character, because he played the concerned, worried dad really well.
Well, in one of the things,
the story kind of drifted off.
I just want to put one little thing out there, so anybody that has not seen this movie, James McAvoy was not given the script for this this movie. He's given basic. This is your character. This is the background of your character. So he has no knowledge of what the script is or what is supposed to happen in the movie. So he's acting on pure feel between him and what the other actors who do know where this movie's supposed to go. So that was the interesting thing to me, that I was like, oh, so this is a completely different way that he's having to actually say what he's thinking, not what was in the script.
Right.
Which I thought was going to be really good. But for me, I mean, other than him beating the hell out of that guy, I was like, all right, that one's all right. I'm sorry, go ahead,
No, but I was thinking more in the terms of like when James McAvoy is talking to the wife's boyfriend there, that he is talking about it, and when what he really flipped on him was he didn't see room for the child.
There wasn't a bedroom for the little boy.
There was no room for him, and he like went off on him, and I'm just trying to think of the boyfriend, what he must have been like when James McAvoy just went all out on him. Because since McAvoy didn't know the script, you had no script. You know what I mean?
I wondered the same thing. I'm thinking, how did they do that fight scene?
Right. All of a sudden, here goes James McAvoy just start pounding on the guy. And I can't even remember, even watching it again today, whatever happened to the boyfriend.
Nothing. You didn't see him after that.
You didn't see him after that.
And after that, you didn't see him because he went down behind that little island, and you saw James McAvoy just kind of doing like this.
I'm talking even after that. I'm talking even the next day.
No, you don't see him at all.
The wife, the ex-wife, didn't say anything about what this guy isn't looking for his phone. You know what I mean? It was like confusing to me. I'm like, what happened to him? Did he end up killing him, and that's why he has to go to jail at the end? You know what I mean? Weird.
Well, no, we know why he went to jail in the end. He shot the other guys, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, did he? Did he have a gun?
He beat the hell out of the one
He
guy.
beat the hell out of the one guy
with a fire extinguisher.
But who was it that made that
didn't
shot?
He shoot the other guy?
There was the burned guy, the guy that he burned his foot. He was laying on the ground.
Right, but it was in a different location.
That was in the hut. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he shot somebody.
But in the house when he found the kid.
Well,
you know.
All right, so what happened to the? Well, no, he did. All right, so the only person he probably killed was that guy that was at the house that was white that was in the garage. Because, well, take that. There's two people. He did bust that other guy's head with the fire extinguisher because remember he dragged him back to the house. So the one bad guy shot the other bad guy, so he can't get hit on that one. James ain't accused of that one. And the only other person that he killed was the guy in the White House in the shed in the garage, because that guy was laying over when the mama came, when the baby mama came.
Right. Roger said that the boyfriend was in the hospital, so I guess that's where he was the whole time.
Yeah, and also the boyfriend did say that he would go to his parents and let them be alone, but he was probably in the hospital for the thing. It was weird that you never saw him again.
Right.
I did like how that's why it kind of was going off a bit with the story, because at first I was enjoying it and I liked the twist. It was making you think that maybe he had something to do with it, and then you see the bit where he's going through. He gets into the guy's phone and he's looking at the videos, and you can tell the guy in the videos of the his son. You can tell, you can hear the boyfriend in the background because he's videoing it. You can hear him, and you can tell that he's trying his best to and the son doesn't. You can tell the son doesn't like him, but he's trying his best to be get him to like him, and he's obviously being. You can obviously tell that he cares for him just from watching them videos. So, that kind of make you think, well, what happened? Then that kind of made you go back to square one and think, well, why could he have been taken away? And then they dangle this idea of it having something to do with his job. And he rings up his partner, and she's like, "Oh, they've took all these files."
Yeah.
Back. And then it kind of just drifted. It just drifted. I mean, first of all, when he's looking at the videos again, and then he brings them up on the computer, he was looking at the two things, and I was like, what's he looking for here? And then when he zooms in on the car, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see that. So I did like that. But then after that,
but really, I felt that, first off, him getting into the boyfriend's phone
wouldn't have been easy.
No, it wouldn't have been that easy. Is
5-digit code.
It wasn't even a 5. It was 6. Wasn't it 6 digits?
I don't know. It was,
and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then then to zoom in on, who would have noticed another car there? That same car.
Well,
yeah.
To be fair,
it was so far back
for your son and you're trying to get.
Yeah, true.
And he's probably watched it, even if you're just he was loving watching the videos, wasn't he? Because he obviously wasn't around. I think I'd be the same. I'd just repeatedly keep watching videos, and then he'd be like, "Wait a minute, this." I mean, it was I suppose if you're putting detective head on, you probably scrutinize everything, but it is a long shot for you to just wait a minute, what's going on? There's the same car.
Well, Roger has a point here, right? So he says he didn't kill the guy in the garage. Claire took him to the hospital where she called where she called the detective. But I didn't think she was taking. I didn't think she was taking that guy. I thought it was that little kid that was in the back seat.
Right. I thought she took right.
That's what I thought she was. I thought that's who she was taking to the hospital, because the other guy was just laying over. Now maybe he was passed out, but we don't really know. But then, as you said, Andrew, we never understood about why that his office was raided. There wasn't any answer to that.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't call back here again. They've taken all the files." That had nothing to do with the movie. Because think about it. They just happened to see a kid, whoever those kidnappers were, videotaped random kids, and they just happened to find that one kid, and they said, "Oh, that's the kid we want you to steal." Had nothing to do with it being a certain kid. Look at Dippy says we know which password at all.
I know.
First phone. he's silly. All right, so
I mean, those kind of things were like, I think those kind of things were like planted into the story to try and make you think, like to give you twists and turns, but they just didn't execute it very well. Blue, what does Alexa think?
She just turned my lights on for me. Sorry.
She said the lights.
Alexa, I'm home.
Yeah, lights and TV. So yeah, Canuck. When we were talking Friday night, which we talked, some of them talked
Briefly,
about this particular show, and Canuck Gal was like, "I'm confused on watching that." Yeah, and then it's like, why did the investigation? I guess was it because it was a bunch of rich people that were stealing these kids? Is the only thing I can guess. So it's like super rich.
Didn't even really explain that or who it was.
Mm-hmm.
He never found out who it was. I mean, obviously, that's probably what it was, like rich people in higher up places, and that's why the police in London rang up and said, "Listen, we're taking over it now." So maybe someone in the police was involved with it. It just wasn't explained.
Yeah, because I don't know. To me, I was wanting more. My thought on the movie was, it's again. I know that it's Scotland, and I guess it rains a lot there. But it rained the whole damn time in the movie, and maybe that's also supposed to give you that dramatic, depressing.
I like the location. I like the location, and I like the shots of like the countryside and stuff.
I love rain where it's pouring out like that, and you're really not stopped, because he was standing out in the rain a whole long time, and they weren't really wet. You know what I mean?
But to be honest, James McAvoy, you could have wrote his whole script on this piece of paper, folks. he had his lines. He didn't have a whole lot of lines, to be honest. I mean, yes, he was having to kind of not want to freelance it, but he was doing it improv, acting off other people's things, of what they said. He was truly reacting to what he was seeing and hearing. So that's a unique thought, but I don't know. The movie seemed to me drag. It dragged along, and I was like, come on. I mean, just and then there was the parts where it's like, we're not like we said, you tied it into maybe the rich aristocrats were tied to this, and that's why they were forced to turn off the investigation. But there's like zero talk about that. But the only thing at the end that deputy or sheriff or whatever, the constable of the town's like, well, they may drop the charges because there's more investigation going on. When he was in the car, he's like, well, there's more investigation going on. And maybe the judge will be lenient on you. But I don't know. I was just, it was not painful, but it was definitely slow.
I don't think it dragged. I was invested in it. I think they're just like near the end of the movie, they didn't explain enough. They kind of put a lot of stuff in, let ideas into your head at the beginning, and then they struggled to explain most of it near the end. I think it felt a little bit rushed to get to the end of it. Maybe if it was like a 2-hour movie, they could have used the last like half hour to tie up.
No, I was good. I was good. I was like, all right, I'm ready to check out.
You got more time now, Dabs.
I didn't want no more time with this one. I wanted more time on Jerry Curls than this one.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. I would have watched. I'd have watched 20 more minutes of Jerry Curls than 10 more minutes of my.
Thank God he hasn't moved here already. You're out.
Because I can't. This is just. I do like the concept. Like I said, the concept of him not knowing the script and having to react, and you're getting true feelings. I love that idea. But to me, I felt like all those other things stuck in there. there was too many loose ends, and I guess they want you to think about it and figure it out on your own. Well, yeah, that's why they wanted to try to pin him on this. So,
Mm-hmm.
Look at the beach says we need an intervention. I don't, Octavia. It wasn't a matter of shooting him up. It just seemed like it just, maybe it was just all the rain. It was just very blasé when I'm watching it and all that rain and constantly. I used to live in Seattle.
It's Scotland. It's the location. It's the location that's putting you off, isn't it?
And it did. I will say the first 10 damn minutes of it, I'm like, if I got to turn subtitles on, and I'm thinking about it, seriously, the first 10 minutes, it took me, it takes a few minutes for me to, the dialect to start to click. You know what I mean? It's like you're tuning in a station. Back in the olden days when you used to have to tune it in, and I'm like listening, and then it gets better, and then I'm like, okay, I'm understanding what they're saying. But at first, the accents were really thick for me.
Yeah, they were.
Oh.
Not for me.
No, of course not.
Not for you. Oh, look at it rained the whole movie in 7. Well, but 7 had a lot more stuff going on than this movie did. So yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw the link out there. I don't, honey, you got anything to throw in this chat? Well,
I didn't watch it, so no.
Wow.
She ain't watch it, so we're not gonna. She said that she didn't like it either. Is what she told me.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I never watched it. Now I'm definitely not going to.
And you normally are a big McAvoy fan, aren't you?
I love James McAvoy.
That's what I thought. I just wanted.
I just got sidetracked.
I understand.
He's not bad. He's not bad in the movie. It's not the acting. It's not the actors. It's just the story at the end. Kind of like
something else.
So, this need to be tidied up a lot. Like there was like all this.
But I guess how much can you tidy up when you got one actor that's in his own tangent? For all he knew, they could have killed the kid at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? He didn't know.
I'd have been cussing more. There was too many times he was.
Well,
he was awfully calm.
Here's a question. Did he not know what was happening in it? I thought maybe he knew what was happening in it, but he just did not have lines.
No.
It said that he was not given the script.
I think he knew the plot of the movie and what kind of movie it was, but he didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I think they just gave him the scenes as he went to shoot them. Yeah, I mean,
I think that they basically said
he would have known what was going on because he read the scene.
Well, I think what he did is that they said, because he wasn't given the script, I think that they probably said, all right, this is your character. You're a divorced man. You and your wife are estranged. You're a workaholic. You're always gone. You and your wife, because he, when he's talking to that police chief, he's like, yeah, I'm not there a lot. And I'm, so I think that I would have been like, no, motherfucker, what the hell are you trying? When the police chief was saying so, I'd have been like, hell no. Do you understand what I'm pissed off about? And they were just like,
well, how about when they arrested him?
Yeah, for whooping that other guy's ass. So
yeah.
Hey, we got some folks in the house. We got. Let me go ahead and throw this to the background. Thank you for joining us. We got Eddie and Roger, the beach. What's up, Eddie? Thank you for joining us.
Hi, all. I really like this movie. Okay. It's maybe because there was a lot of rain. Brings me home. Why not? The cinematography was out of this world. The storyline itself was very good. Even in Imagine, McAvoy was freeloading on his words, but the story itself could have been a little bit shorter. One that really had a very short storyline in there was a cop. The cop I liked. I've seen him in a lot of movies, and I like the way that this guy acts. The ending when he takes the air out of the tires, and then the guy comes out and he's replaced it, put on a spare tire, and then all of a sudden McAvoy hits him over the head, to get him out of there, and then jumps in the truck and takes off. And I'm just wondering, did he tighten all the bolts? Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking there was going to be going down the road like.
Yeah, yeah. But at the end was confusing. But, when you see the end with his, with his son and his ex-girlfriend, and they're talking, all of a sudden he walks off to the cop car. I'm saying, well, why is he walking off to the cop car? He's done the best he could to save his son. Now he's got to go back to jail. It just blew me away. But it's a very good movie. I liked it.
Okay, so, right. What'd you think, Roger?
I thought
Mr. Movie Man.
I thought the movie itself was really bad. Just too many open holes in it. But I thought the cinematography was awesome. The locations were beautiful. The script, it's hard to talk on that because if you believe what McAvoy said, he made it up as he was going along. He wasn't furnished with the script, so it's hard to knock on the script, even though there was some plot holes you could drive a semi through. But you don't know if that was intentional because McAvoy never got to the point they were trying to make in that particular spot or not. And another thing, I don't know. They said he wasn't given a script, but there's several scripts to a movie. Like, was he given blocking, or did they just say crawl up on your belly to this house in the distance and make sure that had to come from somewhere. I don't know if that was just him doing that or and the guy that was filming all those when he was sneaking around was obviously using a handheld Steadicam, and that was an awesome bit of cinematography there because it was very little shakiness in it. There was some, but not much. I thought that Claire Foy rather did. This was probably her least favorite role I've ever seen her in. I like her a lot, but she didn't have any of the emotions that you would have if your child was missing. When my first son was 18 months old, my wife and I had slept late, like 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday, and we both got up and went out in the living room or whatever, and our kid was not in his crib. And of course, panic sets in at that point. You're freaking the hell out. And long story short, we found him 3 houses down. He had crawled out of his crib, pushed a chair over to the door, climbed up, undid the deadbolt, and let himself out of the house at 18 months old. He was down the street playing with a puppy, which was. But still, when just the emotions that go through you in the 10 or 15 minutes that happened, I didn't see any of that in any of their acting. So the acting was pretty bad, but I still got to recommend the movie because of its experimental part of not having a script. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool. So I didn't like the movie, but I did like the movie. I would never, ever, ever watch it a second time, though.
Yeah, Jim said the same thing. He would not watch it again. Yeah,
but
so.
There are some geeky friends of mine that are into cinematography and weird scripting things like this that I would very much recommend the movie to because it's something that's not been done before.
Right.
But that's about all I got to say. It was a bad movie. Other than that,
Well, but I was thinking, all right. So when he was going to the houses, he knew why he was going there. So he knew those kind of things, like when he found out that there was that house where that truck was, that's registered. So he knew, he didn't know what he was going to come upon unless they said, "Hey, there's going to be a guy here." I mean, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of okay.
That type of thing made the movie more impressive than it really was to me because there's just so much that goes in. I mean, the director's got to decide, hey, you're going to crawl up through this mud, peek under this window, look in this window. And obviously if he didn't have the script, then they wouldn't have given him blocking instructions either. So, so that's impressive.
Well, and the other thing is we don't know how much this was edited after the thing, because a director can make a movie whatever they want after after they film everything, and they be like, "Well, you didn't act so good, so we're gonna splice all this together." Yeah, you had a genius kid there, Roger. What do you think,
yeah.
DeBeach?
Well, what everybody's mentioned, and when I watched it for the second time last night, I went and Googled and I said, how many days does it rain in Scotland? And it came back in the Highlands, you get measurable rain over 250 days of the year, and just the regular 175 days in the year. So anyone in Scotland, don't expect me to come visit because fuck the rain. All right. So I ain't going there. I mean, he definitely had to be given direction, like when he's beating the crap out of the guy in the garage. If you're the guy who's getting the crap beaten and he comes over with a freaking blowtorch, I would start freaking out just on my own, not knowing what he's going to do. And the whole time he's torching the guy doesn't mention that there's a kid right there in the car, 20 feet from where he's burning the hell out of him. And that doesn't even get mentioned. And his wife just shows up and accidentally finds it. And then also what bugged me is calls his wife at the hospital, and she beats the cop there up to the hotel. Okay. It's a 1-lane road. So you would think if they were coming out, you would see another car, which you didn't. And then the cop comes down, and I thought for sure when the guy fired through the door, my first thought was, okay, the wife's getting killed. That was just, and I was like, oh, it didn't kill the other guy. So cool deal. I liked it. I liked the movie. I thought it was interesting. It held my attention. And like I said, the cinematography of the landscape of Scotland, there was some really pretty scenery, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Braveheart. So that had beautiful cinematography too.
I mean, I just can't believe he said he will watch Jerry Curls again.
I know.
Versus this.
I said I would have took Jerry Curls for another 30 minutes than for this.
Borderline offensive.
I watched.
Well, I mean, another thing is the guy who directed this movie. He made the original movie, which was a French movie made in 2017 called Mon Garçon. So he wrote the original movie, and then he just remade it with English actors and my son. So
I wonder if it was the same, outcome.
I don't know. I'm going to try and look for it, because what I did is after we watched Coda, and
I tried to look for it at the beach, and I couldn't get it.
On what?
Mo Beach in French.
The Coda the French version of Coda.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's called La Famille Belier, and let me tell you, the American version is 100 freaking times better than the French one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
They normally are. Right?
Well,
no, most of the time I prefer the original. Like, what's it? Femme Nikita. What was that? What was that one where it was that girl that was a hitman that was a Swedish, or the girl with the dragon tattoo. Oh yeah, the original version of that was like 100 times better than the American. Than the American version.
Yeah.
So all right, so we got everyone's kind of thrown their 2 cents in on that. I'm gonna go ahead. We'll roll through people on the side chat. Patty, Octavia, Canuck Gal. You guys go ahead for hit play or pass. Which play means that you would recommend this to a friend. Pass would means that you would recommend this to an enemy. So you decide which one to play or pass, and then I'll also run through the people on the panel, and then we'll talk about how the vote went.
Well, also make sure that you vote in Telegram.
Yeah, vote in Telegram. Yep. Okay, DeBeach.
Lil Auburn and I give it a play.
All right, Lil Auburn is here.
All right, man.
Do we get to see him for attendance?
Oh, hold on. I ain't getting anything. All right. There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
All right. Thank you, Canucks.
walking in.
Voted in both places. Roger, play or pass on this one?
Soft play on the experimental, non-script portion of the movie only.
Okay, so yeah, he's got some asterisks at the end of a soft play.
Yeah.
Eddie, play or pass on this?
It's going to be a play for me.
Gotcha. Thank you. Andrew.
Be a play from me as well, because I'd just be interested to see what other people thought of
Okay.
what they were trying to
Aubin.
do.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I'd be happy to see what other people would think too. Yeah, so yeah, it's a play. Because I liked it, you know, and I watched it twice, and I think I could sit with someone to watch it a third time, so I can get even more of in whatever I might have missed.
bless their hearts.
Yeah.
No, I give it a pass along with Patty and Mark. This was not me. This was not me. So, so we had more votes for a play than we did for pass from the people that on the panel as well as over on the side chat. Aubin, what are we at on the Telegram vote for this?
Telegram vote. I'm just scrolling down to it. Before I thought it was. I don't think it's changed yet, but. Scroll down to the bottom, guys. Hold on. Okay. It's gonna be Vacation Friends.
Oh, All right. So, hold on a second. So, Vacation Friends is the movie. Hold on a second. I was talking about the vote first.
Oh, the vote. I'm sorry.
He was talking player pass.
I'm sorry. I believe it was a play. I'm sorry about that.
No. So, Vacation Friends is the movies for next week. So that's the movie. And so for player pass, what's the majority of votes on? Is it a play or pass?
It's a play. Yeah, it's a play.
Play.
8 to 1.
8 to 1.
8 to 1.
Who was there?
But you said there were other people out there. You just said
I got Octavia. I think wasn't it Octavia or Patty? Who was over there? Somebody. Patty. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wasn't Octavia. Patty and Mark both gave it a pass.
Mark, you guys gotta start voting in
vote in Telegram, because you know what, I don't mind being all by myself on that one, because you know what, I got no problem.
No, but it's not even
no shame.
that. Otherwise it's not going to get. I wasn't counting them. You know what I mean? I want to be able to make sure we get all the votes in.
Yeah, but
I'll add those two in.
Hey, Aubin, when we vote in Telegram, right, and then we vote again on player pass, is it being counted twice or just being counted once?
Just once. You can only vote once in Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, Aubin counts the Telegram.
I count the Telegram things there because it's easier for me than trying to, look at the side and see how many people are putting it in. I'm trying to automate everything.
No, because I voted in Telegram, but I'm just wondering, since on player pass, you're still adding.
No, I'm not adding those. No, I go by what's in Telegram.
Okay, good.
So, all right, so we have our movie for next week, which is Vacation Friends. So it should be a nice, lighthearted. I don't see much rain when I watched this movie. I didn't see a whole lot of rain. So hopefully you got your rain in. I hope you got your rain in from last week, because you're not going to see much rain in this one, except for his raining down on you, the jokes. It's going to rain down on you. With John Cena coming with the heavy arms. So we got that for next week. Good show, good things going on. We'll run through everybody saying goodbye. To Beach, anything you want to say before we roll?
See everybody next week.
Yes. Wait. What is the schedule? When will we not be having playing pass? I think we should get back to everyone now.
The 20th and 27th. Yeah.
Okay.
So the week before I move and the week I move, no, we won't be doing the shows.
Okay. 27th. Okay. I just don't want to be picking movies when we're not having a show.
Or we just have extra time. Patty wanted to know about the stars.
The stars. We have.
She was confused.
It was
voted. but she just voted on. She just
On the
did the star
stars.
thing. She didn't
See,
do
that's
the
why
player pass.
I gotten rid of them and I brought them back. And you see what
Yeah,
happened?
but you put the stars on for my son.
I know I put them there, but she didn't vote in the other spot.
Okay.
So yeah, there's Patty. There's a if you hit the pins on the top, you'll get back up to the
Yeah.
top and see the
I gave it 2
play
stars.
pass. You gave it 2, yeah.
I gave it 2 because
Yeah, we
I
got
did like I like
eight-
the rain.
eight people with 3 stars.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and one with 4.
The
Yeah.
4 was me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we have for next week. Miss Blue, anything you want to say before we go?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Lady of a lot of words. Roger.
Thanks for having me again. It was fun, and I'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Eddie.
Well, this is taking you back to my son. As I look outside, it's raining.
Yeah, well, I had
Okay.
nice sun. I had sun today. So, what about
40,
you?
it's 46 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit.
Oof.
It
Eddie,
is
get your
cold.
jacket. Get your jacket out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your sweater.
Have a good one.
All right, Andrew.
It has been raining here today and the last couple of days, and it's starting to get very cold. But apparently, it's not cold enough to put the heating on yet, according to the boss. So I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna put an extra blanket or something when I go to bed and try to keep warm.
It's
But
not
yeah,
warm enough
goodbye.
to turn
See
the
you
heat
next
on.
week, guys.
Thanks. Well, that's because you got to put like change or that little slide card or whatever it is there in England. You guys
And
got
the
that
meter-
whole whole meter system in your
Yeah.
place. I'm not, us in the U.S. we just pay a bill.
Yeah, that's what I. Guess what? So do I. I just pay a bill. I don't do a meter or anything.
Yeah, because I was watching. What was
Some
it?
people do.
Yeah, they got meters in their house.
Wow.
I can get you a good deal on
Some
gas
people-
if
I'm telling you, me
on the
too.
load area.
Yeah.
No, we don't want your own personal gas to be.
Hey, Andrew, is your house an older house?
Yeah.
How many fireplaces you got?
Fireplaces. I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have any. We had one in every room.
Not in this house.
Yeah, you can't be that old then. You know.
What about you, Alban? Anything you want to say before we go?
Thanks for everyone coming out. Thanks for, choosing movies. Don't forget to watch some of the other stuff that's there. There were a lot of picks this week that were pretty good, and we're hoping to automate a little bit more of this stuff more and more. And I'm putting stuff in a database now to help put the movies out there for us. Because it's a lot of typing back and forth, and my fingers can only take so much. But thanks for everyone coming out, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you Friday also.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Dabs might really. Maybe we could see how drunk we could get him this weekend, since we know he doesn't have work on Saturday.
Yeah, I've been trying to pace myself, even though I've been drinking every day. So, thanks for everyone joining us. Thanks for watching the movies and talking about the movies. Be it if it's a good movie or a bad movie, we have to review it. So, if you wanted to watch Vacation Family or Family Vacation, whatever it is, we got to watch
Vacation Friends.
Friends, yeah. We all have to watch it. So please watch it. Share, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And maybe get some other people to watch that movie and to join us on the show so they can tell us what they thought of that movie. And maybe we'll have more comments. It's always fun. It's a good laugh to hear what people think about these particular movies. And we'll see you guys Friday. And then if not, we'll see you next Wednesday. See you, Player Pass.